Hey guys, welcome to this edition of What's Your Angle, where we're going to determine the measure of the missing parts of angles. And we'll start off with a complementary angle, and remember that a complementary angle is equal to 90 degrees. So here I have a complementary angle that is cut into two sections, one of which I know is 45 degrees, and the other is the mysterious X. Ooh. So we take what we know. We know that the measure of the entire angle is 90 degrees, and then we take the 45 degrees that we know and add to that our mystery missing portion. And from here it is simply solving an algebraic expression. So we will subtract 45 degrees from both sides and be left with x on the left side and 45 on the right. And then we can check to make sure that we have exactly what we're looking for. So we have our given 45, and then in place of x we put 45 and add those together, and we get 90, and 90 is equal to 90. And that is for complementary. And so for supplementary, if we're lucky, we have kind of the same type of thing. Supplementary angles in this case are equal to, well, in all cases, are equal to 180 degrees. And so here I have a measure of 80 degrees, and then again our missing value for x. So I know that supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. And I take my known pieces, which are my 80-degree angle, and then I add that to my missing portion, which is x, and I have my algebraic expression. So I subtract 80 from both sides, and I'm left with x on the left side, and when I subtract 180 and 80, I'm left with 100. Let's go back and double check that. I take my known measure of 80 degrees and add in what I found for the value of x, which is 100, and see if that equals 180. And we know that 80 degrees plus 180 degrees equals 180 degrees. And so that is the value of our missing measure. Sometimes we will be in a position where we have multiple vertexes, okay? And with multiple vertexes, we can still, again, determine the measure of the missing angles. In this case, I've got three angles here with three vertexes. I know one of them is 70 degrees, one of them is 60 degrees, and I'm asked to find the supplement. And again, the supplementary angles are equal to 180. So those three angles together have got to equal 180 degrees. So I take my known pieces of 70 degrees and 60 degrees and my unknown and set that equal to 180 degrees. I combine my like terms of 70 degrees and 60 degrees and get 130 degrees. So I have 130 degrees plus x is equal to 180 degrees. Subtract 130 from both sides, and I'm left with x on the left and 50 on the right. Let's double check that. So I put in my 70 degrees, my 60 degrees, and now my replacement of x, which is 50 degrees, and set that equal to 180. And so we knew from before that 70 degrees plus 60 degrees is equal to 130 degrees. And then 130 degrees plus 50 degrees equals 180 degrees, which is, of course, equal to 180. If we look on the bottom, sometimes we're not given missing degrees per se. We are asked to determine the value of x. So here I have a complementary angle, okay, and I have a known measure of 50 degrees and then a value of 4x. Well, the steps are going to be the same as they were for the previous problems. We're going to take our known quantities. We know that the measure of the angle is 90 degrees. So we set that equal to the other parts that we know, which is 50 degrees, and then we're going to add to that 50 degrees 4x. So we end up with an equation of 90 degrees plus 4x. Excuse me. 90 degrees is equal to 4x plus 50 degrees. We combine like terms. We're going to have to go across the equal sign, so we're going to have to subtract 50 from both sides. We're left with 40 degrees is equal to 4x. So we divide both sides by 4 to get x isolated, and we end up with x is equal to 10 degrees. Let's go back and double check that then. I have 90 degrees is equal to 4 times the value of x, which is 10 in this case, plus 50 degrees. 90 is then equal to 40 degrees plus 50 degrees, and then 90 is of course equal to itself with 90 is equal to 90 degrees. And then the final kind of what's your angle question that you will encounter is where you have two totally unknown quantities. In this case, I'm asked to determine the value of each angle, and I'm given the values for my angles as 4x and x plus 15. Well, I'm going to find the supplement. I'm going to find what they both are equal to by setting them equal to 180 in this case, because I have the two angles and I have my straight line, and that's what I need them to equal, is that straight angle, that straight line. So I set them equal to 180 degrees. So I have 180 degrees plus 4x, which is my larger angle, plus x plus 15, which is my smaller angle. I combine like terms. I have 180 is equal to 5x plus 15. I can combine the 4x and the x. And then from there I can subtract 15 from both sides, and I'm left with 165 is equal to 5x. If I divide by 5 on both sides, I get x to be 33. Let's go back and double check this now. I have 4x plus x plus 15 is equal to 180. When I replace my x with 33, I have 4 times 33 plus 33 plus 15. 4 times 33 is 132 degrees, plus 33 plus 15, which is 48 degrees. And that is equal to 180 degrees. When I add 132 degrees and 48 degrees, I get 180, and so 180 is equal to 180 degrees. So that is how to determine the value of missing angles. We will be working on this in class a little bit, and we're going to do great on it. So we'll see you then. Oos.